All right, it's the 50th annual Gov Cup. We're backstage, and we're in the Team Lodge studio. We're a little bit tighter than normal. If people are wondering, what's the deal with Tyson and Dewey? We're in a 6.5 footer. We're in a junior instead of an extreme 2. So there is a little bit of a space limitation, and I told Tyson he can't sit with me. So I'm like, nope.
We're staying warm.
Yep, nope. I'm sitting by myself, Tyson Keller and Duane Hjelm in the studio here, and this Team Lodge studio. This is fun. I like this one. I think I like the white backdrop better than the black.
It's sweet.
But anyway, let's talk fishing. So I'm not gonna go where we typically go. Dewey, you and I were talking about the weight to win it, and I think that's the conversation that we need to have. How much? What's it going to take to get there, but how much weight is going to win this thing?
Honestly, me and Tyson haven't even talked about it. So what me and you have talked about has been more than what me and Tyson have talked about. But I still think it's a completely different ball game from what it used to be years ago when you were dealing with, a big over was 6 pounds or 7 pounds. Like now, a 12 or 13 or even 14 pounders are, I wouldn't say common, but they're out there. So when you start talking about fish of that big or that size, that goes a long, long ways. So my prediction, I'm going to say, is 47 pounds.
Okay. Tyson, we had a chance to talk a little bit. So Dewey had a chance to get out the phone and do the math. But at 47, I'm at 38.5. So
I tell you what, I honestly think it's going to be less than Dewey's prediction. I think it's going to hold pretty true to the average. 40 point whatever won it last year. Typically, if you do the last several year averages, it's around 36 to 38. I'm thinking it's going to be, right around that, lower to mid 40s, probably lower 40s. I'd say 43 to 44 would be my guess.
Yeah, that seems.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm thinking differently is just the slot fish. Honestly, the slot fish, they're a lot bigger, and there's a lot more than what there typically is down here.
The typical 16, 17, 18, 19 inch fish is bigger. They're full. They're plump. The bait balls, especially up in the Whitlock area. Is it like that everywhere? It's everywhere.
It doesn't matter where you can go in the creeks, out of the creeks, main river. It doesn't matter. It's everywhere.
There's food everywhere. I think the cooler water temperatures kept a lot of the fish shallower, made them fishable. When we talk about the 11s, the 12s, the 13s, the 14s, I don't know. There really aren't that many more in there. I think we just learned to maybe find them and catch them more than anything, because it's not like the good Lord just all of a sudden put more 12 to 14 inches.
Well, the thing is, it takes 20, let's just say 15 to 20 years to grow.
A long time.
Yeah, and technology has been a huge part of finding those. I mean, we can attest to that. We're fortunate to be able to embrace the technology and use it. But it takes a lot of people forget how long it takes to grow a fish of that size, and it's not like all of a sudden there's more of them. Maybe the migration habits change, and maybe there's more in certain areas from season to season that we see congregated. But it just takes a long time to grow fish like that, and I think that there's a lot more people that are getting better at the game too.
Well, and I'm glad you brought that up, because the big thing there is we're not restocking every weekend. When people take hundreds or thousands of fish out of the lake, and I don't care what lake it is, they aren't getting restocked the next day or the next week. So we keep taking fish out. Of course, the system keeps making fish, but I'm seeing a lot more, and Duane and I talked about this, the gut pile at South Whitlock is looking a little bit shorter and shorter and shorter. You can tell the water's getting warmer.
It does that every year.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And especially when you get into July, I think we're a little bit later. We've had the ability to catch some nice fish at the beginning of the month, but here we are now toward the end of the month, and we've got the big Gov Cup coming up tomorrow and Sunday, and you both have won it, and you could win it again. And
this would be an awesome one.
Yeah,
we've got this one on our radar. We want this one pretty bad. We'll see how it goes.
Well, good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you much.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Tyson Keller is here, and Duane Hjelm backstage in the Team Lodge studio at the 50th South Dakota